Hi, this is Kay, and I'd like to begin my first video with YouTube by sharing with you information on how best to advocate for children with disabilities. My name actually on the YouTube is Mommy with Medicine, and there's a reason for that, and I'd like to share that with you. And so today is a pretty hard day for me. I feel like my world has been turned around. I have a son with disabilities. He's 32 years old, and he has multiple disabilities. When he was 2 years old, he had a shunt placed for hydrocephalus. And over the years, even though he's had multiple medical issues, he's done pretty well. And so just recently, the shunt has malfunctioned. Tomorrow morning, he's going to be having surgery. And I'm a little bit nervous, obviously, as a parent, because it doesn't matter how old your kids are. You love them, you want to care for them, you want the best for them, but especially for a child that has disabilities, you're never really too far from worrying about them and trying to advocate for them. And so I think what I'd like to do today is just to kind of give you a little bit of a story, which will kind of set the backdrop for future videos to come. So my son actually was having symptoms of hydrocephalus, of a shunt that wasn't operating well. He was having consistent headaches. He was sleeping all the time, very agitated, not his usual self. And so we took him to the emergency room. They did a CT scan and found sinusitis. Diagnosed him with that, said, let's give him some antibiotics, and in a few days they wanted to discharge him. All along, I was saying that, no, there's something more. There's got to be something more. And each day as I sat there all day long, I recognized that every time he sat up, he would clutch his head and quickly lay back down in the bed. And I knew something wasn't right. And so I continued to talk to the staff, telling the doctors, telling the nurses what I was observing as a parent, and feeling like I really wasn't heard that well. And so to make a long story short, a few days into his hospitalization, one of the nurses put her hand on my shoulder and said, I know what's wrong. I know what's going on. It really is a matter of a combination of mommy and medicine. Sort of painting the picture that for some reason because I'm an NP, I'm a nurse practitioner, that somehow I was overdoing it with my knowledge of medicine and letting it get in the way of my advocating for my child. And the only thing I could do was break out into tears. And they weren't tears of acknowledging what she was saying. It was almost a fear of, oh my God, they really don't understand. And so fast forwarding a few days later, our son was transferred by ambulance to a major medical hospital in Baltimore, where tomorrow he's going to be undergoing shunt revision. I'm relieved, but I'm also angry. I'm frustrated. I'm just so disgusted with the hospital and the way I was treated, especially as a mother of a child of a 32-year-old adult male now, man that's actually disabled all of his life, where we've cared for him, and yet I wasn't taken seriously. And so I guess if anything, this demeaning thing that the nurse said was just such a lesson for me, and it kind of really instilled in me the desire to want to help families. For a long time, I really wanted to help because I worked in the child field years ago prior to becoming a nurse and then a nurse practitioner. And I think I really want to help families advocate for their kids. In the future, I'm going to do a video, several videos actually, on how to help your child access services in the public school system, because that in and of itself is an art and a science. And so to that regard, I'm just going to sign off. This is a short video. I look like crap. I apologize for that. It's been a very long couple of weeks, and it's been an emotional couple of weeks. And so thank you for listening, and please stay tuned for Mommy and Medicine.